So it's finally that time of the year, and me personally as a tech enthusiast, being able to find all them tech pieces that you've been looking at throughout the year that have just been a little bit too expensive, now on Prime Day at a great discount is always a good feeling. Now I've got some of my favorite accessories here that are going to have very good Prime Day discounts. So if you want to check these out, as well as a bunch of others, they'll be linked in the description box below, as well as the comments box. Now, make sure to let me know in the comments box below what you snag for Prime Day, as there may be some offers that I don't know about and other people watching this video might want as well. Now, if it's your first time here, my name is Almir, aka MrHtech. On this channel, we make tech simple. If I earn your subscription, hit that subscribe button down below, like the video, and remember to share this with your friends and family who are looking for some great Prime Day deals. Now, let's check out these accessories because I think there's going to be something for everyone. So starting things off with a new set of earbuds I've been using to replace my AirPod Pros, and they have really surprised me. These are the Basis MC1 Pros. Now they're very different. They're open ear earbuds, which I haven't used previously. I usually use AirPod Pros, which go in your ear. But these, they only weigh 5 grams each, so they're very lightweight. Oftentimes you forget they're even on your ear. They've got a surprisingly interesting design. So they've got this U shape. So because they are open ear, they curve around your ear and rest on the inside to give it a nice comfortable fit. And usually when I'm using in-ear earphones, after a while it tends to become a bit sensitive and painful. With these, I can comfortably wear them for a longer duration of time with no issues at all. They've got something called a Cloud Soft cushion, so it provides you a very good comfortable experience when you're using them. And because they have high-res audio, they give surprisingly good sound quality. And something I've noticed is with their unique design, they tend to stay on the ear very well. I've shook my head frantically, and where my AirPod Pros previously would have fallen out, these have just stood in place and haven't moved at all. So they're perfect for fitness activities. And when you're making a phone call on these, they've got a quad mic array which uses AI as well to give you great noise removal, especially with the background noise or wind. Keeps your voice isolated on the call. So even if you're in a loud environment or just outside somewhere where there's people talking, you shouldn't have any issues and you should have a very nice phone call experience. You get a nice case which doesn't have wireless charging, but it does take USB-C at the bottom, fast charging. With the case, you get a combined total of 40 hours of playback. And then on a single charge, you can have 9 hours of playback, which is a ton. And then you've got fast charging as well. So just a 10-minute charge with the case gets you about 2 hours of playback time. And then you've got a bunch of other features. So you've got Bluetooth 6 connectivity, so super stable, reliable, and great for low latency. And then in the app, you've actually got an extra low latency mode. So if you want to do gaming with these earbuds, you can experience low latency in that regard. You've got bass boost mode. So if you want an extra bit of bass in your music, you can turn that feature on. And then you've got equalizers as well, so you can select from preset equalizers or create your own custom one if you wish. Not only that, you've got multi-point control, so you can connect 2 different devices and then switch between them as you want, which is quite a good feature. And something I didn't expect to see is you've got Find My Earbuds in there, so you can actually track these and it will show you the last location that was at when they become disconnected. And then you've also got shortcuts on the actual earbuds, so using the button on the top on the left or the right earbud, you can do things like play, pause, fast forward, volume up, volume down, and so on, which can be customized in your actual app as well. They're also recommended by Grammy and Emmy winners. All of this for under $100 is crazy good value for money, and they've quickly become one of my favorite earbuds to use. Next up, we've got my favorite iPhone 16 case that I've been using recently, and this is the O3 Fitness case by Taurus. And not only does it come in a bunch of different colors, I've got the green one here and then a dark gray one here, but they have a bunch of others on the actual website. They come with a camera control button. And to me personally, the camera control button is something that I said from the beginning I wasn't going to use, and I think I've used it for a total of maybe 4 times. So it doesn't really matter, but having that camera control button there does give it a little bit more protection, that I know that it's not going to get damaged if the phone does fall, which is a benefit in my eyes. Now the case is slim but also very protective, and it's got this O-stand ring on the back, and Taurus are actually the original designer of the O-stand ring you may have seen on other cases. Not only does the ring come out to give you the option of putting the phone into portrait mode or landscape mode when you're selecting what you want to watch, but it also has hidden gears inside for a very nice stress relief. Now that is super satisfying. And then when you don't want to use it, clip it back in, and the great thing about it is it clips in very flat, so no bulge coming out of the back. It has very good magnetic strength, so if you want to use any MagSafe accessories, you can definitely put them on the back there. You don't have to worry about them falling off at all. On the sides, we've got a dot matrix pattern. You get a very nice grip and you don't have to worry about your phone slipping out of your hand. Now you also get very good drop protection, like I said. Now I'm not someone that drops their phone a lot, but it's very reassuring to know that if I was to drop my phone with this, it would be secure due to that material on the inside and that wave pattern that they've actually designed. So all in all, very good case with a very good design, and it doesn't cost a fortune, especially now when it comes to Prime Day, you get even more discount. So make sure to check it out if you want to grab one for your iPhone. And then something for my Mac Mini people out there, let me know in the comments box below if you've been following my content from my Mac Mini videos. You may have already seen a video on this. I made a dedicated video on this enclosure for the M4 Mac Mini. It's the M002 Pro by Accessory for the M4 Mac Mini. Simply slide the machine inside after unscrewing the bottom, and you get access to a bunch more ports and a bunch more things that the M4 Mac Mini doesn't have. For example, on the top, you'll have access to an SD 4.0 slot and a TF 4.0 slot, which comes in handy, especially for someone like me that does a lot of work recording videos. And then I have access to an SD card slot, which Apple didn't actually put on the M4 Mac Mini, but they did put on the Studio. Don't know why. Also on the side, you get access to 2 NVMe slots, which you can upgrade the storage up to 16 terabytes. So no longer do you have to pay the Apple tax for upgrading the storage on the Apple website when you're buying your machine and spend that insane amount of money. On the front, you get an extra 3 USB-A ports, which you can plug in anything you want. Usually people use them to charge their keyboards or mice or anything like that. And you also have a cutout for the 2 USB-C ports that are natively on your M4 Mac Mini. On the back, we've got 2 display ports. So you've got up to triple display support with this. And more importantly, the most controversial bit is you have access to your power button, which a lot of people don't like that it's on the bottom of the Mac Mini. Once you put it into this machine, you'll have access to the power button on the side, which all in this aluminum shell, good for heat dissipation and keeping the machine cool. Now, if you're someone that doesn't want all the ports and all of this stuff to put the M4 Mac Mini inside, something you may want is a Thunderbolt 5 enclosure like this. This is the TB501 Pro. And this is a Thunderbolt 5 hard drive enclosure, or NVMe, that you can actually put an NVMe drive in there. You've got a button for a fan, so it's got a built-in fan for heat dissipation. And then you've got a USB-C port on the side, so you can plug it into whether you want iPad, M4 Mac Mini, MacBook, anything you want to plug it into. It doesn't just work for the M4 Mac Mini. It's got a complete tool-free installation, so you simply pull the back off and install whatever NVMe drive you want to put in there. And then simply clip the back on and you're good to go. Now, another thing that you may want to get, especially if you've got an M4 Mac Mini, but it also might be something you want to get if you've got a MacBook, because something that's not very good about the MacBooks is the camera quality. And what I've got here is the OBS Me 2, which is a tiny 4K camera, which gives you a lot of AI capabilities in it, as well as very good video quality. And you've got this magnetic cover on the front, so if you're worried about people spying on you when you're not using your webcam, you don't have to worry anymore. Now, I use this for my M4 Mac Mini, of course, because the M4 Mac Mini doesn't have a webcam, but you can also use it with your MacBook if you want better video quality, because this does give you 4K as opposed to the MacBook's quality, which is not that great. And very small, so easy to take with you, easy to clip on anywhere, and it connects with USB-C. And then you've got tripod connection on the bottom, so you can thread in a tripod and place it anywhere you want. Something I like to take with me when I'm traveling is this Starship power bank by AOHI, and for a couple of different reasons. Now, this thing holds 27,000 milliamps of power. You've got 2 USB-C ports on the front, which are each capable of giving up to 140 watts of power. And then you've got a USB-A port there as well. Now, usually with power banks, you don't get to see where the power is going, how much is going out. But this one actually has a LED display on the front. So whenever you connect something to charge it, you'll see exactly what port the power is coming out from and how much it's actually using. That way you'll know if your device is charging fast or slow. On top of that, this is airline safe, which is a big thing because a lot of these power banks are not TSA approved, so you can't take them with you on the plane And having that 140 watts of power input and output gives you the ability to charge multiple different devices, whether you want to charge a MacBook, an iPad, iPhone, and so on. And because it does have 140 watts input for fast charging the actual power bank itself, which is amazing, something you compare it with is the MagCube 140 watt charger by AOHI. You get 3 ports on the front. It's capable of charging 140 watts. So taking these two with you on your travels, you'll be set to charge any of your devices at a super fast rate. And then something I recommend to every person that has an iPhone is an AirTag, or a numerous amount of them, because this thing is a lifesaver. Now you can put this, because of the small size, you can put this into e-bikes, you can put them into your car. Something especially that I like to put it on is luggage. So especially when I go abroad, pop this into my luggage that's going into the check-in. And it's very good peace of mind being able to sit on the plane, go into the Find My app and see that the luggage is actually on the plane as well and not somewhere else. If the airline does lose your luggage for whatever reason, because you've got this in and it uses other iPhones to bounce signal off and for you to be able to track it, with the sheer amount of iPhones available worldwide, it's one of the best things to track. And super easy and not expensive. You can get them in a solo pack or a pack of 4 for even a little bit cheaper. And like I said, put them onto anything, put them onto your pet, put them onto baggage, put them in your car, your bike, even put them onto your child if you don't want to lose them around the airport. And they're super easy. They come with a bunch of other accessories you can get, for example, watches for the kids or insoles for putting for kids if you want to track them when they're going out and about. And super, super great piece of tech and something that I definitely can't live without. So those were my Prime Day tech deals. Let me know if you grabbed anything from the list I've put down below. And also let me know if you found anything unique that is at a very good discount, because it could benefit me and benefit the other people watching this video. As always, I appreciate you watching. Remember to subscribe, like the video and share with your friends and family. And I will catch you on the next one.